has a place that they visited as a child that holds most of their childhood memories. For some people, it may have been a treehouse, or for others, a secret hiding spot. For me, it was the family beach house down in Virginia Beach. I can still remember the feeling of finally pulling into the driveway, the smells of my grandmother's cooking, and how it sounded during the holidays. It was a place where the whole family could come together to laugh, relax, and spend time with each other. Even though my grandparents sold the house 2 years ago, the memories of what I saw, smelled, and heard still remain with me today. And those memories remind me of how simple and happy life can really be. After what would seem like the longest drive in the world, pulling into the gravel driveway and seeing the green awning on the front of the house meant that I was on vacation. I would hop out of the car as quick as possible and run past the sign on the picket fence that read, The Beach Cottage, 113 65th Street. My bare feet were hot on the red brick path as I made my way to the screened-in porch. I busted through the screen door and ran across the porch. Moving at top speed, the wood floor that had been painted blue looked like smooth water underneath me. I ran past the hammock, wind chimes, beach chairs, seashells, and beach toys, and right through the front door. My grandparents would always be waiting inside along with my cousins. As soon as we got there, we would unpack and head down to the beach. After a long day at the beach, all the kids would run back to the house, with our bare feet being scorched by the hot sand and pavement. When we made it back to the house, nobody was allowed in until they rinsed all the sand off themselves in the outdoor shower. After everyone was all cleaned and showered, we would sit around, eat dinner, and watch movies. I have one distinct memory of my grandma making all of us sit around the TV in the living room and watch The Birds by Alfred Hitchcock. But that was just one of the many movies she made us watch. Whether we were pulling into the driveway, coming back from the beach, or hanging out in the house, it all let me know that I was on vacation with my family, and still to this day the thought of that brings me comfort. It is said that one's sense of smell has the strongest connections to one's memories. Sense of smell has the ability to call upon the memories almost immediately. For me, this is completely accurate. After my grandparents sold the house, some of the furniture, such as a nightstand, a dresser, and a bookshelf, were given to my parents. And whenever I come in contact with any of that furniture, I immediately flash back to the days at the beach house. The house was made of pine wood and was built in the early 30s, so needless to say, it smelled old. The smell of the pine wood had mixed with the smell of the ocean air and my grandmother's perfume, creating a scent that smelled like home to me. In late spring or early summer, the honeysuckle and roses were in full bloom. I can remember playing in the backyard and smelling the freshly bloomed bushes. Whenever we go down to the beach house to celebrate holidays, such as Thanksgiving or Christmas, the house smelled of my grandmother's cooking or wood fires burning. If I ever come across any of those scents today, I automatically flash back to when I was a kid playing in the beach house. Not only did the smells of the house bring me comfort, but also the sounds. While I would lay in bed at the beach house, I used to be able to hear so many different sounds in the middle of the night. Old houses, like the beach house, have a lot of stories to tell. I always used to sit and listen to the house. If I took the time while I was there to listen to all the sounds it made, it would bring me a great sense of security. It was almost like I was connected to my great-grandfather, who had originally built the house and lived in it years ago. The ocean breeze would constantly blow the wind chimes on the front porch. Some were made of beach glass, others were made of driftwood. The crash of the waves would also be heard off in the distance. If the night was quiet enough, all the sounds combined together would act as a lullaby and put me to sleep. I usually woke up in the morning to the sound of someone's squeaky footsteps on the old floorboards, and breakfast being made in the kitchen. The holidays brought the house to life and filled it with the happiest sounds of laughter and joy. The house held all the noises that made up the perfect soundtrack for a vacation. Childhood memories serve a huge importance in one's life. Experiences from my childhood have essentially shaped me into the person that I am today. It is easy to be reminded of the simplicity of life when I think about the beach house. Memories of what I saw, smelled, and heard when I stayed at the beach house have become a part of me, and I can't imagine not having the beach house in my life. I hope that the family that vacations there now enjoys it as much as I did, and they are able to create their own memories of laughter, joy, and comfort.